Hello everybody, it's Vince again. Alright, in this video, we're going to do making add-ons, coloring add-ons, and placing them. Now, I am not sure what I want to, like how long I want to make this video. I was thinking maybe just combine them all together, depending on how long the parts are and everything else. So I guess you'll see how big they are. It might be like making an egg, like coloring might be in one video, and then like adding them might be another. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I usually do them pretty fast, but with me explaining everything, I tend to make things longer and all that stuff. So forgive me if that if the video is super long or not. But I have some roughs here because, as I always mention, always color with red. If you don't understand what you're wanting to do or whatever, then color with a rough, right? Get some pictures, get whatever you want, and I have an anime picture here of like a wolf. I think she's a wolf. And then I have one of a cat. And then I have a custom one, which is the custom one I'll be using for the next few videos. But I'll just show you my method and everything. Now, because the first part of this, I do use my tablet to sketch them. So to me, that's 10 times easier and everything else. I do use my tablet to sketch them. You don't have to. I don't use my tablet to line them, but I'll get to that a little bit later. But I hope it works either way. You might just have to work on it. But here, we'll do this wolf first. As you can see, like the tip of her ears are gone, so I'm not really sure if it's a wolf or not. But I'll make it into a wolf. Most wolf ears are round on top. And depending on how you want to make them, I for one always do ears 3/4 turn. That's just me. Some people, when they request add-ons, they do, front, side, and 3/4. I honestly just do the 3/4 because it's like, it's, when you look at ears, you can see this right here, it's kind of a 3/4 turn. And all you have to do is turn it down, up, whatever, and it works either way. Even though if this is not animated down here, the cat, you can still kind of make it a 3/4 turn into it. That's just my opinion. I think it works, and then it's a lot less hassle for if you're like trying to have somebody make add-ons and everything. It's just my opinion. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can do all that stuff, but I am going to be obviously just going to do a 3/4 view. What I usually do is like I like to get the base out, and then I like to take another brush, and as I said, I really like doing layers and everything. I have mentioned this all the time, but that's still kind of big. I usually try to make it smaller so I can do a little bit more of the detail before. As to me, this is still a rough sketch. Like, even though I'm like make the same detail and everything else, to me, this is still just a rough sketch of like the ear. And I don't know if I really like that up there, but I mean, it's just really like, if I want to make it a little bit more poofy, if I don't want to make it a little bit more poofy, and I usually take out. I mean, this can be kind of more slim-ish. Usually with add-ons, I always try to do like a curve at the bottom for people because you can kind of see it here, that will curve with her head a little bit. But because I have noticed if I don't do the curve, people just slap them on there, and then like add-ons work better if you actually add that curve in there, because it's like you're not they're not round yet, but it actually looks like they're connected to the head and they're coming out. So I'm actually gonna do one more layer, and let me get a little bit bigger. Oops, wrong layer. And I mean, I don't know. I probably could line with my tablet, but I don't like. I can't do like flowy lines like some people can. So I always try to do like different and every like. So I always like working with the line, the LineWork layer instead. I don't like it there. I don't know if I really like this. I think I might just do it that way. I like having it poofy and hairy, but I don't think it's working with my picture right now. So, alright, so we'll do it that way. I see, you could probably move this, the like in between where like, she has this one right here. You could probably move it a little bit more over to like over here more to make it a little bit more even. Because this kind of has more like a down view of it. But, I mean, it's not a big deal and everything. So that would be like a wolf ear for me. Here we could go on the cat ear. And like I mentioned, like wolf ears are always like more. Dog ears are more like curved. I always say like wolf ears are also curved because they're like they're still technically counted as canine and everything. When cat ears are more to a point. And I like making, I don't know, I always like making like fancy cat ears. And it's a little bit small, but like cat ears are always so easy to me. So like this would pretty much be my cat ear. Like I always prefer cat ears because they're just, I can make that little point and then they can come down. It's kind of like a small elf ear, to be honest with you. And then, you just add fur to it. So, I mean, alright. And see, I won't be coloring the cat ear and the wolf ear when I go move on. I might not. But the one I'm main focused on is that, I'll probably do my custom one down here. I'm making a new character and everything, so it will be a very good experience for everybody because I'm gonna be the first time coloring her and everything else while I'm on it. But I'm gonna be skipping through it, like it's gonna be kind of like a speed paint too and everything to show the whole process when I actually make her and everything too. That will be a different video. So, alright, so if you're making a custom one and you're giving me like two ideas, like what I have here, I kind of know what I want, like in my head, but if you're just giving like custom and like, oh, I want something alien like, but I want something else so like Galaxy 2, and I will also ask, what kind of creature you want. You want dog, you want cat, because that would determine what kind of ear I'm gonna do. Like even foxes and everything else. I'm actually gonna go over here and draw this one. And we're gonna do it with, yeah, we're gonna go with the darker green. So I kind of know what I want. So I want like a cat mixed with kind of like an alien type. And I had a really cool idea about maybe enforcing like an antenna type of deal on the top. And then having it be going down to like a cat ear. And then some people do this, and I kind of want ear like this. I think I'm gonna add like a star into her ear and have it sticking out, and then I have like a ball on top for like an antenna. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do these in different colors. Go back, and I'm gonna actually make my brush smaller. I mean, like, see, because I already knew what I kind of wanted and everything, I kind of like my first sketch. Sometimes, what I would really do is that I would for sure, I'll for sure ask the person you're making it for. This kind of goes back and forth. I mean, I know people who sit here and be like, I don't like that, do something else. Or like they wouldn't tell you to do something else, but they'll be like, I don't really like that. And like everything you show them, they don't like at all. And it's the most annoying thing ever. Good tip about like, if you're asking me for add-ons and everything else. I like, I don't mind if someone does it once or twice, but on that second time, I'm going to get started to get frustrated. Because, especially when I like to add my own twist to things and not everybody likes my idea, then that's totally okay. But still also the fact that, like, if they keep on, like, denying you over and over and over and over again, then, like, you know, maybe it's just time to be like, you know what, you're gonna get what you're gonna get, and that's just gonna be the way it is. I mean, maybe it should be like that, just because that's super, like, freaking annoying to me anyways, if people, like, sit here and they want you to do something, and then they sit there and say, like, they want something else, and they want this, and they want that, and they can't tell you how they want it. It's like, get to the point where, if you honestly can't, if somebody else can't do it for you and they're being more than willing to do it for you, then maybe it's time to, you should probably just do it yourself. Because, like, that's not really fair for that person to sit here over and over and over. Especially, like, for me personally, I half the time have, like, a list myself to do. And so, like, it's really hard for me to have to sit there and be like, okay, well, what do you want? Do you want this? Do you want that? Like, I'm more than willing to work with people. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But it's also to that point where, not always gonna, like, I gotta get moving. We gotta agree on something or you gotta go somewhere else. Because, I'm not gonna sit here and try to figure out what exactly you want when you don't really know what you want yourself. And, like, pretty much, come back when you actually have an idea. I don't know if I like the star on top or not, but I want something different. But, um, yeah, I mean, this will be the one I would do. I think I might change something. I feel like I didn't help in this video at all. Uh, what else can I say? If you, let's do another custom one, seeing that this video is only 13 minutes so far. Just say if somebody tells you that they want a panda, but they don't want a normal panda ear, they want something like their character is super earthy and like nature-like. Alright, well, think about panda. Panda ears are normally round. They're round in shape. And think about Earth. So you got round, and then you got Earth. I'm gonna lower my pen so it's easier. What else do you think? Like, what does those two make you think? Well, when I think of Earth, I think of like leaves, like nature and leaves and stuff. Panda, round. That would go with that. I mean, like, I would think of leaves. So, what I would do, I'll move that down here. my first thought would be something creative. If they're very open-minded, I'll probably do. I'm gonna change that to pink. So I'll, you know, sketch that half circle. And what I would kind of do is maybe, let's see if I can actually think about it. I would kind of make it into like a leaf. I'm gonna actually erase that. So you got your like half circle, and then I'll actually make it into like a leaf face. And like have, you know, these be leaves down here. And then this would be a leaf here. And then this would be another leaf. You know, it would be kind of like that, you know, it's like a leafy thing, or you could have like leaves coming down on the side and have like the middle be like the normal pink inside and something like that. I mean, something like that. The only thing, you know, if they don't want something that, you know, to me, when you're sketching something up for them, I wouldn't honestly finish it and then be like, oh, do you like this? Because then you're just wasting your time. If you want, when you're requesting people or when you're making things for yourself, it's like, you know, well, different when you make stuff for yourself. But when you're requesting from people, make sure you just sketch it out first, and then you try to actually do what you need to, like, sketch out for you first, see how they do, communicate with them, and if they don't like it, like, no matter how many times you sketch it, no matter how many times you throw out ideas, they're probably just be at best telling that, you know, come back to me when you actually have an idea and everything else. But this will be, you know, my kind of like little sketchy tutorial and everything. I feel like I'm not helping very much because all I'm like, you know, the best thing I can really give you guys is that, you know, if you don't know what you're drawing, look up refs. Think about the creature you want. That's the most important thing, is that if you know what creature you want, obviously between pandas, like bears, cats, and dogs, there's three different types of ears, points. Like bears are always circle, dogs always have like a more finer, like, you know, round your tip, as I mentioned, and cats always have a point. So I mean, like, you know, dogs, I think, too, are more wider and smaller than when cats are more longer and skinnier. So if you kind of look at mine, I kind of made this one a little bit wrong, but this is a little bit more wider when this is like, you know, more slim and slick and everything else. So I mean, if you need help with really anything, and this is kind of hard about doing videos, that everybody wants help, but they're not like, they're saying like, I want help with everything, and it's like, you know, if you need help with a specific thing, it's a lot easier for me because then I can actually do a video on it, I can actually help and do all that stuff and everything else. But I'll leave this video here, and hopefully you guys will have a better understanding, and I'll figure out if I actually, you know, gonna make this into a long video, which will probably be about an hour long, or depending on if each video is 20 minutes long, or, you know, do them in each video. I mean, I'll just see how it comes. I hope you guys have a nice time, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. Good night, stars.